Hello everybody, today we will be teaching you the basics of programming using Microsoft Visual Basics. The device that we will be creating, I like to call it the Automatic Mathematical Equation Finder.
Also known as the calculator.
Yes, and since I know almost nothing of programming, Connor here will be teaching you.
Okay, so right away we have the form. It is your gray workspace where you can put anything you want in it. Now over on the side, there are different things. There is the name. You can call it whatever the heck you want to call it.
You could call it Fruit Ninjas on the Planet of Aliens.
Yeah, so with that happy note, we're just going to call it Programming Basics. Now, it can only be in one word. It can't be separate words or else it will think of it as two separate things.
So, no spaces. Underscores, I guess, would be a loophole for that.
Yes. Okay, then we are going to be working with labels, text boxes, and command buttons.
Those are the basic tools for programming.
Okay, right away I'm drawing ourselves a label. The label is just something so the programmer can show words like hi, how are you doing, or result of something like the result of the answer.
So you can't tamper with them during the actual device that you use.
Okay. With the text box, it's just like your average everyday text box. You just type something into it and it's there.
And you can't change it at all?
You can't change it at all.
So
now,
it's just there. It does nothing. And this button here, we have not set a command for it, so currently it does absolutely nothing. It's just there, you can press it. But here, we will be editing the programs that it does.
Okay, now here is the programming or coding screen. This is what you use to put in all the lines of code you want for it to work.
And here you can move the text box around as you see fit.
Okay, and also in this case we are going to change the name so that it's much easier for us instead of putting text 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth.
We will be calling it number 1, or for short, num1.
Okay, and then this one we are going to be calling num2.
Very creative, can you tell?
Yes, we are completely and utterly original. Okay, so now what we're going to do is first addition. Now, addition, you need to define a variable to do it. Now, there are 3 different kinds that we're going to be using. There's integer, so you can use numbers from up to 3,200, 725 to negative 3,200, 700, well, who cares? I can't remember. Oh, well,
that's a lot of numbers there.
Yes.
Can you tell we rehearsed this?
Yes, you can clearly tell. Now we're going to define 2. One for the first text box, one for the second. Now if you don't define an integer, it's just going to mash them together. So the program's going to think 2 plus 6 is 26.
So you kind of have to define everything for this. It knows nothing. You must teach it everything.
Yes. So what we got to do, we set the variable to the text box. Now what we got to do is get label 1 as a caption, because the caption is the text and the text is the word inside. Then what's going to happen, it's going to change when we press that button. So it's going to be, what it's going to say is when the button is pressed, what numbers are in the first text box, and the second text box will appear in the label, like so.
And now, I wasn't quite paying attention, I blanked out. But I saw that was addition. So command button number 1 now does addition for us. So we have the first.
We renamed it to plus, so then it's much easier.
Yep, so that we know that this is the plus button.
Remember, the plus button.
And this is command 2, and command 3, and then command 4,
and so on.
Now we don't need that many buttons on a calculator. We're not showing you how to program the big scientific calculators. This is just one of those cheapo calculators that you can buy at Staples. So, suck it up.
Okay, so we're going to be using addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Now, I'm also going to put some other buttons on here. It's just to show other functions that you can do, but we're not actually going to use it.
Because, well, who needs the other functions? I mean, really.
Okay, now there are 2, and also in this, there are 2 different kinds of divisions. There is normal division, and then there's integer division.
And Connor here shall explain the difference between those.
The difference between the two is division gives you the answer plus all the decimals. Integer division just gives you the answer, no decimals at all.
So if you want to be very specific, use the other division.
And then there's this other thing called mod. What it does, no, it does not change the game or the program at all. What it does, it only finds the remainder for the division question. So, there you go, and I'm just showing the difference. The division is like the normal /, integer division is /, mod is just mod.
Mod is just kind of there to be there.
Yes. Okay.
So using the addition as the template for basic programming, you pretty much just copy paste all the programming functions, except instead of using addition for multiplication, you replace addition with a star.
Well, in this case, we don't need to put integers when we're dividing, multiplying, or subtracting, because we're not mashing them together. We are dividing or taking, dividing or multiplying or getting rid of. So, and as soon as we put in like the /, the hyphen or the multiplication star, it instantly becomes a math question. So it knows that right away. And then here we are just showing the difference between normal division and integer division.
This looks to be the final product of our calculator. This will help you for reasons.
Yes. So also there are just as a bonus, we are going to show you if statements that I do not believe we do and that we are able to show in this video. What's going to happen is if there's an if statement, it will say, okay, if the answer is going to be higher than this, then this is going to pop up. Or if the text box has this and the other one has this, something's going to pop up saying whatever.
So you can set this to say that when you get an equation that is over 9,000, let's say, you can get a message that says it's over 9,000.
Okay, but in this case, it's good to say if the caption is the number is higher than 32,752, then what's going to happen is a message box is going to pop up saying it's going to be too high.
And this is how you code it, and it has to be in quotations, the message that pops up.
Or else the program will crash. Now, crashing the program is normal. You're going to have to debug a lot, find the issues, and do everything. And also, what you always have to do at the end of an if statement is you have to put an end if on the end. So then whatever you'll say will just keep going on and on and on and on and won't stop. And because of that, it'll crash.
This is to let the program know that you want to end the if statement, as the name would suggest.
Yes. Okay, then I do believe that would be it.
We just show off the functions of the calculator that we have programmed, and you have programmed too if you have been following along this video. And if you haven't been following along this video, what are you doing here?
Okay, so we will, and also if you get too high, it will crash.
Yep, crashing is not good.
Well, crashing is just the program's way of saying, oh well, you're screwed.
And that was the end of our video, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed. This has been very fun, and if you want to do more complex stuff, you're going to deal with a lot of crashes. So, have fun. That was the Basics of Programming. I am Brandon.
And I'm Connor.
And we have just made a video.